Okay, good morning, everyone. So, we are going to be getting started with our school session. I see we have a lot of attendees, which is great. Once again, if you have questions, please put it into the Q&A chat box. And with that, I'm going to hand the mic over to your Ji Gong.
Hi, everyone. This is your Qigong. And of course, welcome everyone from the Tina Dragons YouTube channel. This is your Sifu right here. And today is our first school session on Zoom. So we're trying to do this on Zoom with a different setup, different platform. So yes, the first time is kind of hectic, and a lot of our disciples are having issue trying to get into Zoom and trying to work it out. So there is some hiccups, but it's okay. We will be able to do better next week. So to all the disciples, okay, you guys are first time trying the thing out. So make sure after the session you do some testing with the other seafood to make sure next week you'll be doing better and more prepared. And well, let's begin. Do we have any questions today to start with?
Yes, we do. Our first question says, my question is about the fifth virtue believe, accept, and apply the Taoist teaching. How can we learn to really accept at a deep level, not just believing? Sometimes I find that certain beliefs from my past come up and hold me back from fully accepting.
Okay. That's a good question. First of all, when you believe something, or like you believe, let's say, a kid believing the mother, right? Then you will not doubt or have question, like, oh, the mother bring you out for a walk, okay? If you believe the mother, you just like hold on the hand and keep walking, and that's it. You don't think about other weird stuff. But if you don't believe the mother, then you will have other thoughts coming up, such as, where's she gonna bring me? Like, is she gonna like bring me somewhere and sell me or something like that? Are we gonna get home? Like, you have all those doubts because you don't trust her from the beginning. So believe is really like you have to believe something, then you have to let go of the doubt. And it's a commitment to believe someone. Just like you come in here and say, I want to be your disciple, I want to learn, I want to get in the lineage, right? Well, the thing is, think about it. I don't know you. How do I know if you are going to be a troll coming into my lineage and screw me up? Who knows if you're from the enemy side, trying to come in and cause trouble? Or are you really going to come in for 2 days and leave? How do I know? I don't know you, right? Well, the belief and trust in you from me is just a commitment. So whatever you like do later on is showing me that my commitment was right or wrong. For example, I trusted you and I let you ordain and I give you the town name and so on, and you can continue learning here, right? Well, the kind of like thing that you do and the behavior and all that you're showing me, it's good. Then you're telling me that I made the right choice and my commitment is it's good. So it's worth it. Okay, so my trust is spent on you, uh, and well, that's the fruit that I get. So if you're bad and you come in and you cause trouble and you speak like an asshole and all that, well, it shows me that my trust given to you is kind of wasted, or even like it's like you scam me for the trust. So believing and trusting is one thing, okay, but can the other side also return back the same quality and upkeep that relationship is another thing. Now, about trusting the Tao and such, okay, it really, think about it. The Tao don't need you here. right? The Tao don't need, it's like nature. Nature don't need you. It's you who need nature, right? So you want to be rebellious and say, oh, why do I have to like, why do I have to care about nature? I can just destroy it. Well, yeah, you can. Well, when you do it, nature don't need you around, right? So while you're like on your destroying spree, nature can actually just kill you and lead you to a dead end or something like that, bring you a lot of disastrous outcomes, and well, you're gonna hurt yourself. Nature don't need you. It's you who need nature, right? So the commitment start from you. You want the Tao, you commit to the Tao first and prove yourself. If you can't even prove yourself, the Tao will not want you around. What happened if the Tao don't want you around? Well, eventually, this is what happened. There are many people who come in the lineage, and then they acted poorly and not respecting, not trusting, and all that. The Tao don't want them anymore. Then you see these people start to taper off. It's like they slowly fade away. They don't come online. They don't feel like being around us, and then eventually they detach themselves. So that's how the Tao get rid of people naturally. Like the Tao make you feel that this is not my cup of tea. This is not what I want. And then you will have that feeling of wanting to just go away. And when you go away, the Tao is not going to give you all the bad luck and then, make you feel bad and things like that. No. The Tao is going to make you feel good when you go away. Why? Because the Tao wants you to know this is the right choice to get the hell out of my face. So I'm going to give you the good feeling that you want so that you're not going to come back. The Tao will be like that to people. That's how nature makes you like, oh, yeah, go there. Lots of freedom. Have fun. Bye-bye. Like that. So you're not going to come back. The Tao don't want you to come back. If you go out of here and then you feel all the disastrous stuff happening to you and it's not good and so on, well, the Tao then is showing you that's the bad way to go, so you better come back, right? So if the Tao don't want to save you, the Tao don't want you around, they just kick you out of here and make you enjoy your life for a while, then you will really detach away and think, oh, I am on the right path. I am doing great. I don't need the Tao. Yeah, okay, great. The Tao did its job and kick you out. And then after a while, the Tao let go of everything and don't even touch you. By then, you will see the consequence of like being powerless, no protection from the Tao. Well, the other things around that is bad, such as the evil crap, your friends are cursing you, colleagues doing evil magic on you, whatever things, these things, spiritual problem, come to you. And now you're powerless, then that's why you start suffering the other stuff because you don't have any power to fight back anymore. So it's not the Tao making you suffer, it's these other things, okay? And well, by then you don't even realize, oh shit, I don't have any power. You don't realize that. So to trust, you do not think about why should I trust, because it's like you want the Tao, right? So commit to it. If you don't commit first, the Tao's not going to show you anything or not going to give you anything. So it's always us, the lower ones. We want the Tao to give us stuff. We show like our best performance to please the Tao first. So these whatever commandment are like things that the Tao said. If you want my help, you want the Tao's power, you want the Tao to look after you, this is my rule. It's like you go into a company to work. They have company policy, right? So it doesn't matter, does it make sense or not? What matters is, are you following the policy? So let's say you went into a company and they have like an inner circle joke The joke is like, let's say, every newbie who come in is going to wear orange color clothing. Okay, so everyone is going to wear orange color clothing, newbie. And well, you see, everyone's coming in. You're a newbie. You need to wear orange. That's the policy. They make it a rule. It doesn't even make sense, right? Why do I need to wear orange? But you go into that company to work, you follow their rule. The company said you need to wear orange, you wear orange. Why do I need to wear orange? I don't need to. Oh, yeah, then you don't need to work here too. Okay? So the company don't give, like, like, the company don't really care. You don't want to work here? Go elsewhere, right? That's our rule. You want to stay, you wear orange. There's no meaning, there's no definition, there's no explanation, no nothing. It's because you want to stay, you do this. So yeah, sometimes you would think, but there's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to make sense, right? It doesn't need to make sense. The only thing is, like, the bigger one that is going to pay you makes the rule. You follow the rule, you're showing them that you're a good follower, and people should keep you around. So yeah, it's a commitment. You have to commit. You have to just accept everything. And even you see about other lineage or other religion, some of the rules they have might be like very bizarre or very like not make sense and so on. Well, yeah, you don't like it, that's your problem. So you can go away, they don't need you around. It's only like for them, they only see this disciple or this believer is not a loyal one. So actually, you are the not loyal type and they don't need you around. So you think that is hard to accept? Fine, go away. Okay? Like, to them, they are like that. You don't want to follow? Go away. We don't need you here. We don't need people who are not loyal. You are not like deserving your seat in here. That's the other religion perspective viewing, looking at you. Now for the Tao, it's the same. You go to another religion, it's the same. You go to another company, it's the same. You got to wake up and realize that it's you who need the other side. Well, you don't want to follow, you go to another place, it's the same thing. They still need you to prove your loyalty. So it's not about make sense or not. It's about you committing and showing your quality inside to them, making them know that you are worth their time and you have the loyalty for inside. So you are a good disciple, you're a good believer, then they will be good to you. Okay, that's basically how it works everywhere. It's not just Taoism, it's everywhere. Okay, be it your marriage, be it your work, career, school, everything. School, sometimes things don't make sense too. There are rules that doesn't make sense. You still follow it, right? So yeah, even the army, there are lots of army rules that are like just purely there and it doesn't really make sense. It's just there. So you want to be part of it, you follow. Blindly follow. No question, no doubt. That shows what? That shows you're loyal. If you're loyal, they like you, they will do whatever is good for you. You don't want to show you're loyal, then get the hell out of here. Like, that's the same thing everywhere. So the mindset in you about this is you cannot understand the whole thing is about loyalty, not about make sense or not. Even if it doesn't make sense, you still need to do it. Because what? Because loyalty. Okay? Okay. That was a long reply. Next question. Do we have Chinese?
有中文嘅問題係師公吉祥，咁請問一個人氣功練得好嘅時候有咩好處呢？係咪淨係可以強身健體嘅呢？
好，咁講到氣功啊，其實我今日諗住講呢個話題。氣功練得好係咪淨係強身健體？就梗係唔係啦。就講真，氣功唔係淨係話練得好啊，仲要係你練得啱、明白，知道自己做緊乜。唔係淨係練咗啲人咧，覺得氣功就好似練一套嘢我學咗個八段錦咁樣，咁啊淨係嗰一套嘢，嗰啲就基本上你啲門都未入。 點解呢？因為氣功係有個道理喺度，點解做嗰啲動作，而唔係記一套套咁記嘅。你明白咗之後呢，你就會知道，即係好似執藥咁樣。啲中醫咧冇料嘅咧就會背藥方，跟住咧就係咪都嗰幾味咁樣咧嚟親嗰啲都係傷風感冒咳咁樣，咁我都係記死嗰4條方啊，係咁開個4-5條方俾人，呢啲就係庸醫，冇料嘅，根本唔識嘅。佢識嘅話咧，你就係知道啲藥材有咩用，知道配搭嗰個君臣佐使嘅，即係嗰個配搭係點樣樣，大家互動嘅。咁跟住佢將啲藥材就可以千變萬化啦。咁你可以自己氣方啦嚇。氣功一樣啊，練得到家識嘢嘅就係即係唔會咁樣記。咁你識嘢啦，OK，咁你明白咗氣係乜，你就知點用，點樣引導去邊，點解要去呢度去嗰度。咁你明白晒呢道理之後呢，你遇到某啲情況，你都可以即刻用氣功幫自己去即係解決呢個問題。譬如話即係當你瞓覺，跟住起身，跟住呢度痛嗰度痛，咁你可以用氣功醫咗佢啦。或者你翻工，跟住公司有啲人呢，有呢個新冠肺炎啊，咁樣喺度咳咳咳咳，跟住惹咗俾你嘅喎，咁你可以用氣功逼翻出嚟啦。呢個唔係講笑㗎，用氣功逼翻嗰個肺炎出嚟，因為我哋嘅派入邊，你啲師傅呢，上面呢好多跟我學咁我哋係即係師傅級嗰啲呢。跟我咧就差唔多每日都上堂嘅，所以佢哋學多好多。咁咧呢個亦都係點解啲即係你哋學到咧就盡量快啲學到上去高級少少咧，咁即係都係成為嗰啲師長啊師傅嗰一輩咧，咁你學嘢學多好多啊。OK，咁努力上進啦。咁佢哋咧已經有好多人咧就係譬如話翻工跟住惹咗啲病毒嗰啲嘢翻嚟，跟住就咳啦，跟住又唔舒服啦，係咪？咁你即刻用嗰啲氣功嘅方法咧，就可以逼翻晒啲嘢出嚟，即刻就唔咳，即刻就唔頭痛咁你話係咪有用咧？你人生即係會經歷好多次呢啲嘢嘅喎，俾人惹到啲傷風感冒嗰啲嘢咁樣，你都即係有陣時控制唔到噶嘛，人哋又唔戴口罩嘅時候係咪？咁你惹咗翻嚟點算啊？有病嗰陣時候係嘛？所以話係咪淨係強身同埋健體咧？當然唔係啦，仲可以化病除災有陣時仲可以救人一命添喎，即係好似今個禮拜我先至救咗一個人一命就係用氣功啊！忽然間呢個人呢喺度玩緊手機，即係睇緊手機咁樣坐喺度啫嘛中年嘅，咁坐喺度睇睇下手機，忽然間嗙一聲，都唔知咩事，就天旋地轉，成間屋都轉到呢暈陀陀，眯埋眼又唔得，唔眯埋眼又唔得，跟住都尾唔掂啦唔掂啦，好辛苦啦咁樣，咁求救啦，你再轉呢，佢就嘔噶啦，咁跟住呢，佢就好辛苦啦，又虛弱啦，跟住咩事呢？跟住原來第一我去接觸咗佢之後呢，要即刻出神去幫佢睇下咩事，即係好似話遠距離幫你診症，診症咗之後我見到咩事啦？即刻教佢做一啲嘢，我又幫佢做一啲嘢，用氣功加法術嘅方法呢，喺短短15分鐘之內呢，就平息咗啦。平息咗意思就係話冇轉啦，但係佢呢，就仍然係即係好似唔係好想起身住，即係要坐一陣咁樣。咁我話你再練下啦咁樣，佢自己又繼續做嗰個氣功，跟住我嘅方法去做咗15分鐘之後呢，哇！即係雖然唔係話用光換法啦，不過呢，就嗰個氣功令到佢呢就好翻咗好多啦，跟住可以起身周圍行都唔暈啦，跟住就正常翻啦，跟住第二日就冇事啦。哇！佢話呢一個問題以前發生過㗎啦，原來跟住以前發生過呢係成個禮拜都唔舒服，成個禮拜呢，你都係咁樣樣，攤咗喺床乜都做唔到，翻唔到工，跟住食飯又唔掂咁，係好似殘咗喺度嘅基本上。咁你諗下，你咁樣生不如死嘅時間如果有氣功可以幫你治療，幾好呢？係咪？佢試咗醫生醫生開藥俾你食，食完仲差。佢話食咗西醫啲藥仲差，因為西醫就即係你食呢啲藥舒緩神經乜鬼嘢？問題係你舒緩咗嘅時候放鬆咗，更加冇能力抵抗嗰啲嘢嘛。因為佢睇唔到究竟係咩事，就醫生通常都係咁嘅。 我就唔知你咩事啦，不過你食住呢隻先啦，咁樣啊，試下睇下得唔得先啦，唔得再翻嚟揾我啦。個問題係你翻咗屋企，你真係有事，你有時揾個醫生，你唔係打電話佢就聽噶嘛，你知啲醫生噶啦，係咪？打電話跟住姑娘就點啊？你揾阿醫生做乜啊？啊，等下啦，啊2個禮拜後啦，約咗噶啦，最快下個星期四。喂死啦！你今日星期二，下個禮拜四，咁咪即係成個禮拜咁樣，咁我點頂啊？呢個禮拜你食住嗰啲藥先啦，你食住嗰啲藥都唔好啊，越食越差咁點算啊？係咪？你識氣功就唔同啊嘛，立即醫咯喎，係咪？我都唔使你買藥喎，你即刻咁樣聽住我講做，咁你就冇事啦。咁你係咪話好勁抽咧呢樣嘢？係咪？咁啊氣功除咗自己治病，亦都係幫人治病啦。譬如話你知道針灸啦，係咪？咁我哋咧其實咧三羅裏邊咧都有針灸，但係咁我哋嘅針灸咧，除咗用金針之外，就用氣針啊，即係用你嘅10隻手指為針，就可以放唔同嘅氣入去咧，人哋嗰啲穴位咧就幫人哋治療嘅。咁啊有好多方法係即係代替咗呢啲需要物品去做嘅，譬如話你出去旅行，你冇理由周身帶住啲針咁勁抽噶嘛，係咪？咁你冇針點算啊？你識針灸都冇用嘅嚇。咁啊唔使驚喎，你有氣功啊嘛，你識得內氣外發噶嘛。咁人哋有事你即刻咁樣就可以督落去啦。咁啊灌氣入去，跟住就幫人哋運功療傷，好似睇戲咁樣咧。哇！跟住運功療傷完之後，嗰個人冇事啦，即刻係嘛？你就算中毒啊剩啊，你有氣功都起碼係護住咗個人，唔會即刻瀨嘢先啦嚇。咁幾好噶啦，即係一種非常之有用嘅技能。咁除咗話強身健體啊、治療啊、醫療之外咧，氣功咧仲有一個好處咧，就係即係譬如話講到防身防身都有用嘅喎。即係你都可能會聽過嗰啲人練咩鐵砂掌啊、鐵布衫啊咁樣。咁即係呢個係一個 idea 啦。OK，其實就唔需要話鐵布衫、鐵砂掌嘅。你識得用你嘅內氣嘅時候咧，其實好簡單。你出一拳嘅時候，就咁普通一拳出去，你加上咗嗰個用入邊嘅內氣運咗個氣出嚟打嘅，即係唔使一定跟住唔使，即係好似你打嘅時候有個方法，好快速、好自然、好自然咁樣用咗個內氣發嗰個勁出嚟，嗰拳就比你冇發勁已經係勁好多啊！嗰個威力啊大好多啊！咁可以去到點咧？咁我親身可以做到嘅咧，即係我就唔係話超高手噶啦。OK，我唔係打交為主嘅。我細個嘅時候咧，即係後生嘅時候咧，就係打交打得多，但係大個咗咧唔打啦。OK，唔打交咧，但係咁我都可以做嘅一樣嘢就係話，譬如話人哋捉住你，或者即係扯你衫啦，捉住你啦，或者佢推你啦，等等有任何嘅手埋嚟同我接觸，或者佢有隻腳埋嚟同我接觸，我可以用即係我嘅氣功咧係好快噶嘛，你唔使諗噶嘛，淨係一做就有啦。咁你一個擋咁樣即係譬如話呢個手喺呢一度，我咁樣一擋就咁一擋啫嘛，一下就係因為發咗個勁落去擋咧，嗰個氣就會傳咗過去對方嗰度，咁咧就會產生一種咧即時麻痹嘅感覺。咁如果我係狠少少嘅話咧，你就好似話你一拳揮埋嚟或者捉住我，我一擋完你成隻手就 wing 咗，即係 wing 上嚟咁樣，成個手咧就好似麻，跟住麻到好似個頭呢度都麻埋嘅。咁呢個咁樣擋完之後，你都唔使打咧，對方已經係都已經麻咗啦反應又慢咗一大橛戰鬥力又冇咗好多，咁佢又怯咁分分鐘如果你對付啲賊嘅咧咁你咁樣即係撻荷包咁樣，你一個掌咁樣索落去，咁人哋即刻已經好似知道，喂呢條友有料喎，唔好搞佢，咁佢已經走咗，你唔使同人打交嘅係咪？即係呢個係我都試過一次，就係喺個車站度等車，有人喺後邊咧諗住一手咁樣過嚟撻荷包，咁啱啱見到咧，我就由即係拎起隻手扮睇唔到，跟住一轉身咁樣拍落去佢隻手度咧，佢就 wing 曬啦，即係跑住走啦。咁唔使同佢打交噶嘛，你索一下已經有個警告喺度啊，已經即係驚嚇嘅程度係好高嘅，咁人哋知道哇呢個人唔係常人嚟㗎係嘛？咁好啦，呢個係防身。第三咧就係 幫助法術啫。你用法術咧都要用氣啊嘛，即係你自己用你嘅氣去吹呢個法術嘅力量出嚟。咁所以練氣功練得好咧，對你個法術咧有一種加持，有一種即係佢嘅幫助喺度。咁啊，你嘅法術都會強好多嚇。咁即係當然我哋講咗咁多，唔係淨係強身健體啦，睇到係咪？仲可以防守啦、攻擊啦、治病啦，又可以幫助法術啦，總之係好犀飛利啦嚇。咁所以氣功嘅好處係咁樣，好多嘅。同埋仲有最尾一樣嘢就係非常好玩，即係你玩到老咧都可以玩嚇。你會發覺咧，譬如你嗰日起身有咩頭暈身慶唔舒服咧，你練完個氣功乜都冇晒㗎啦嚇。咁你有呢個技能喺入邊咧，你就即係自己發覺好好玩咯。即係你越嚟越發覺唔使驚有啲咩事情發生啊。你最尾用個氣功就可以幫到你啦。你可以幫自己個身體調整。哇！咁樣比強身健體勁好多啦，係咪？有病治病，冇病嘅強身咁係一個好實際亦都好好玩嘅嘢嚟學到老玩到老係咁。Okay, so it's kind of late, but I will start off with my lecture and then we'll go back to the question. Okay, nice. So let's move up this thing. So talking about Heikong Chi Kung, okay? So today I want to talk about the Qi Kung too. So online, there are different spelling. It's basically the same thing, okay? It's Heikong. Okay? So it's the same thing. Heikong. Qi Kung. Qigong. I don't even know why they use the Q, but anyway. So in Cantonese, it's Heikong. So the spelling is so different. Heikong. So what is Heikong? Heikong, Hei is the energy. Gong is the practice, cultivation over time, where you spent that time and energy to cultivate it. So you're cultivating the qi, the energy inside you. What is the qi? That is the question. So what is the qi that we are talking about? Well, here, okay, first of all, let's bring in the Jing Hei San. Jing Hei San. Okay? Jing Hei San. Jing is the essence. Okay? So we can say Jing is the essence. It's kind of hard to understand, but don't worry, I'll explain. Essence, energy, and power. Okay, so how to make a sense out of this? Jing Hei San, essence, energy, power. Well, think about this. Time is the essence. Okay? Yeah, time. Okay? Jing is basically the time that you have. Like when you wake up, you have time, right? Very simple. You wake up, there's time for you, right? Yeah. Time is also the essence of life. You don't have time, you're gone. Right? Really simple. You don't have time here, bye-bye. You're gone. So time is the essence. The amount of time you can stay here and exist or stay awake, you have the essence. You have the time. Hey, energy. So over time, energy builds up. Think about it. So now you're going to see the doctor, okay? You have time sitting in the doctor's office. And then they give you 30 minutes to wait. And then later, the time builds up and it's now 1 hour. And then eventually, you have been waiting there for 2 hours. And the more you wait, the more energy it builds up inside you. And the more you want to beat the shit out of the doctor. Like that. You get mad, right? Yeah, energy builds up over time. So if you let it sit, right, let yourself sit there, the more essence there is packed up inside the same container which is like the same event, the more energy there is. Now, after you have the energy, what does it do? Well, energy converts to power, sun, which is actually what you will be doing later on. The more energy, the more powerful it is for the result. So if the doctors made me wait 30 minutes, right, what I will be doing will be like, maybe just, I can't wait him. And then if he go like 1 hour, I'll be screaming. If it's like 2 hours, I will want to like break his table. The more you wait, the more power it will generate because the more energy there is. So when the container breaks, more power will be released. So just think about it. If your own body, you don't move, but your inner system actually like keep working, right? So the more time you sit there, the chi builds up. You start to want to pee, you want to poop, like all that stuff you suppress and don't let it go. And then, well, after a while, you go to the washroom, you see the power is bigger than when you just wait 5 minutes, right? So the amount of pee that you can pee out is going to be more than, you just go right away. So the longer you wait, the more power you have because the more energy is inside. So in Qigong, or in Heikong, okay, you're building up the Hei. Now it has to do with two things. Look left and right, okay? So the Hei, the energy, cultivating the energy, you have two things to do. One is put more essence, put more time into it, so the Hei builds up and get bigger. Okay, so you hold on to the container and you build more chi inside. Like imagine you pump more chi, more air into a tire. The tire gets more pressure because more and more air is stuffed in the same container. So this thing is like feeding the tire. So you want to feed your body to make that energy build up and don't leak the energy while you are building it up. The second thing to do is after you have enough, just enough energy inside is not enough. You need to utilize them and burn the energy to make it into power. Just like you put gasoline into the car. Well, just filling up the car with gasoline doesn't do anything. Now you need to burn that gasoline, so you need to drive and utilize it and learn how to make use of what is inside. It's like you have money in your bank. Now you need to know how to spend your money. Just making money doesn't do you any good. A lot of people are stuck in this like, oh, I need money in the bank. Right? Yeah. What are you going to do with it? Why do you need that money inside? I don't know. And then over like a long time, their bank is still the same. Like it's growing like that. Nice. They have a bunch of savings. But you look at their house, 20 years is still the same look. Nothing new to it. Nothing fun about it. Same boring old house. Same couch, same sofa, same computer from 20 years ago. And it's like people who are still using Windows 7 today. Retards. So, yeah. Just having money doesn't do anything. I mean, like, go buy something. Come on. Okay, spend that money. Then you will see the actual fruit. Then your life actually will improve. So, when you keep all that energy inside, it doesn't do you anything. You need to spend them. When you spend them, then your body will actually have the actual growth. So, that actual process of spending the energy is like right here, 精氣神, right? The Hei to the sun part. Okay? Now, after you have spent, then the result of the sun is going to replenish you back. Okay? So, whatever you spend, it goes outside and then it come back into you. And it replenishes you. And it gives you the actual growth, the actual benefit. Just like you spend the money. Then now you have a product. You have like a new PC or something like that. Well, it goes back to you. And you will enjoy and you will have a good time. And that's when you actually have the fruit. Okay? So, 精氣神 is the first thing you need to know when you learn Qigong. What is the Hei right here? So, when we talk about the Qi, the Hei, okay, it's basically talking about the energy that is inside our body. Okay, so you have some energy inside your body. What is that? That is your soul energy. 運氣. Okay, your soul energy. So basically, it's like inside your body and around your body, you have some energy around. There are 3 types of element inside these things. Okay, the 3 types. Okay, so you have a plus, you have a minus, and you have a neutral. So we call that the yang氣, positive chi, the yam氣, negative, and the zhong氣, which is the center or the neutral. So these also relate to what we call the yam one, yang one, and the teen one, the celestial soul, the negative and positive soul. Okay, so these things take care of the inner workings of your body or yourself. Basically, you need these energy inside you for your body or your life to actually work. So what do? Well, the neutral one allows you to feel yourself is like alive. So basically, the neutral soul brings you the consciousness and awareness of yourself. So if this soul is damaged, you feel like, oh, I don't have any meaning, right? Like life is meaningless. I don't know why I'm here, and so on. So if that soul is strong, like that property, okay, the neutral one, you got that strong, it gives you confidence. It gives you the feeling of why you should be here, and you feel life is like colorful and bright and everything's good. Next one is the negative soul. Negative help you process, absorb, learn, hear, like hearing, and also help you to think. So basically, that's like your internal processing power. It helps you think, ponder, right? So whenever you use your like brain power, that is when your negative soul starts to work. And then the positive soul is when you spent the power inside. So it takes care of your physical action, pushes you to do something and actually like go do it. Okay, so it's like, oh, I think I want to cook noodle, and then at the end you didn't go do it because your one is kind of lacking, so you don't want to move. So people who just want to sit and not move, your yang one, the positive soul, is very weak. So you want to like get that stronger, then you will want to be moving again. So these 3 souls are not like 3 things in your body. They're actually like, okay, imagine like they're like different balls, little balls or cells, and you have like 3 colors. So red, blue, yellow, something like that. And there are like many of these inside the body. So they're like mixed together. So the ratio of how much you have for each, well, that's what your spiritual health is like. Okay? So by cultivating Qigong, these 3 things will get stronger, and sometimes they will balance out. Sometimes you can push them around and utilize them and so on. Well, you don't really need to know like how it like scientifically work. Like you don't have to analyze into like, oh, when you do this, no, this microscopic action between the soul is like that. You don't need to know that, because all you need to know is when you understand how like the Qigong movement, what it's doing and so on. When you do it, it will do whatever you want. So you only need to know the result, what that movement is going to do, then it's okay. Okay, so this is not something you can take a microscope and look at. Now, where does your soul energy come from? That's another question. Well, your soul energy comes from your Yun San. Okay, Yun San. Yun San is your spiritual planetary body. This thing connects to your physical body. And you and the Yun San communicate and exchange energy every day when you sleep. So when you go to sleep, your soul inside might have some like not so good, not so clean energy, which built up and cannot cycle. We call that yip. Okay, yip is like a clogged up or accumulated energy that cannot be cycled properly. So these things need somewhere to dump, and it will dump to your Yun San. So when you finally go to sleep and fall to sleep, it goes to the Yun San. The Yun San takes your crap and then it gives back some of the Yun Hei. Yun Hei is the Qi of the Yun San. Okay, so the energy from the Yun San comes back to you and it becomes the neutral soul. Neutral soul will start to process and become the negative, and then it pushes you to move, it becomes the positive. So it's the Yun Hei that actually shaped, like it started to go into your body, and it started to become your three soul, the neutral, negative, and positive. Okay, so the Yun San provide you the seed, and it grows into three different kinds of energy inside you. So if your Yun San is not so good, your soul is not going to be good as well. So they are like very, very related. So, okay, now let's say we're dealing with the Yun San, and the Yun San is not good. Okay, my Yun San is like very poor. It didn't have enough good stuff inside. If you cultivate Qigong like that just by yourself, you're not going to get much benefit, because basically you just work with the limited amount of crappy energy you have, and your Yun San is not giving you more. Well, whatever you do is not going to be like giving you any big result. So in order to get result, you need to change that source. So instead of getting from the Yun San, you need a second one, and this one goes linked to you. This is called the Tao. So if you are a Taoist, you have the Tao acting as your second Yun San. And now you cultivate the Taoist Qigong. It allows the new and better and much richer source of energy to go into you. And it becomes like a new source of income. Now you can get more than what you can have from your spiritual planetary body. And that's why practicing the Taoist Qigong is actually much more effective, because you work with a new source that provide you what your Yun San cannot give you. Okay, so basically by doing the Qigong, you are strengthening yourself and also getting some new energy into your body, be it like from the Yun San or from the Tao and such like that. So Qigong is not simple, okay? It's definitely not simple, and it's not something that you can just like imitate someone and know what you're doing. It's very complex. So listen to the experienced ones and learn from the pros. Don't try to DIY. Don't try to like just go YouTube and then copy. It's not going to work, okay? So if you want to learn, you can come to our lineage, get ordained and such, join the classes. We will teach you, and we can explain to you, and we'll make sure that things you're doing is right. Like, I will need you to make videos and such to show me so I can check. And all the Sifu is here to help you to check, to make sure you're not doing anything wrong. It requires like very, very close supervision. Because if you don't do it right and you do something wrong, it could lead to a big problem. So Qigong is not simple, and it is definitely powerful and useful. So I recommend you guys to learn the Qigong. But if you want to learn it, really sign up for the classes and learn from the teachings there, and don't just goof around and don't mix. Like, don't learn from me and then pick something else from other places and mix it and like, think you're so smart doing a few things at one. Don't do that. You're going to screw up, okay? So if you learn from me, stick to what you're learning from me. The other stuff, you don't need it, because I got everything you need and you don't have to goof around. So whatever you want, like what result do you want, you tell me, and I will tell you is it possible or not, and you go through the teachings and you learn in an order that is actually going to work. Okay, so anyway, so that's it for this topic today. We'll go back to the Q&A. 好啦，咁我哋有冇問題? Do we have any question? English or?
Yes, let's start with the English one. This one says, I would like to know more about the three-body theory and how a disciple can see this on daily life interaction with other people.
Okay. Three body, that's related to our Qigong as well. So you have your Fa San, Ling San, and a Yok San, which is like your meat, piece of meat body, the physical body. And then there's your soul body. And then the Fa San is the pre-heaven energy body. Okay? So very simple. You do not think of them as like three different things. Just like you and your organs and everything is in one package. Okay? So, as I have said, right, your soul takes care of the thinking and pushes you to move. And your pre-heaven energy body, your Fa Sun, has the heart energy. And it takes care of what? It takes care of your feeling. Okay? So everyday life, you can very simply think about feeling, thinking, action. So if, let's say, today you wake up and you don't have much feeling about things, or you feel kind of down, that means your Fa Sun, your D1 body, your Fa Sun right there is crap out. Okay? It's not good. Because it takes care of the feeling. So if your feeling is like emotionally screwed, or you're like having a mood swing, your Fa Sun is having issue. Now, if someone talk to you or you look at something, and then the way you ponder information or how you process information is abnormal. Like people are just commenting on your thing and you take it very, very seriously, and then you start to get offended, and then you get very hot-headed. Well, that's your soul having issue. Your soul is not digesting information properly, and that's why you feel that way. So your soul takes care of the thinking part. Sometimes you might have a lot of like voices in the head, things like that. That's also when your soul is screwed. Then you have all these impurities inside affecting the way you think and process information. So you can look at that. And sometimes you can also look at how your soul push your body to move. And look, like if you want to do something and then you drag and drag and drag and you never do it, you know that part, the positive soul is not powerful. It's having a big issue because you keep dragging. For example, you see you want to like, oh yeah, I will start building my altar. Okay. And then after 3 months you're still not starting. Well, you know your positive soul is not good because you say you're going to do something and you keep dragging and dragging and dragging and don't move. Right? It's like those people who you tell them to clean a kitchen and then they say, yeah, okay. And then after like 3 hours, they don't move. They still sit there. Their positive soul really sucks. So that's why they want to do something. They say yes, but they're not moving. Now, the physical body is very physical. So you just look at your body and you can basically see what's happening. So, ooh, I got fat. Ooh, I got pain. So that's basically what the physical body is like. So you don't even need to learn it. Just look in the mirror. So, yeah, that's the three bodies, so you can observe these things and know of their condition. Okay, 下一條問題 next question.
OK，請問啊，喺神明入邊有冇分男神同埋女神嘅咧？咁佢中間有冇咩分別嘅咧？
有，男女係有分別咁咧就你好似話男人同女人有咩分別嘅咧？性別嘅分別咯，OK，咁即係講真，佢哋做乜嘢同埋點諗嘢就係即係好似個人化咁啊嘛。男人女人中意點諗嘢，有啲男人諗嘢好乸型，有啲女人諗嘢好女漢子咁樣咁你唔可以一個道理講晒所有人噶嘛，係咪？但係咁我淨係話俾你聽，有分別係咁多。OK，next question。
OK，咁問一個中文問題就係，因為近排都見到有啲弟子問緊啲風水嘅問題啦，咁可唔可以解釋下咩係風水？咁風水同法術有冇咩關係呢？
咁呢個應該以前講過嘅，不過再講下啦。好大關係風水呢就係點樣將先天嘅氣帶嚟後天為用，跟住將後天嘅氣嗰啲唔好嘅嘢即係用完嘅氣咧，點樣去循環翻去個先天嗰度咁樣咧就係風水啦。咁呢個風水咧，即係主要就係先後天之間嘅能量嘅互動。咁可以係個先天嘅能量，可以係譬如話你係姓張嘅，你有個家族姓張咁樣，咁你係張氏家族嘅祠堂咧，嗰度嘅能量咧，即係祖先嘅能量咧，聚集起嚟咧，就變成你嗰個能量嘅來源，即係好似個發電廠咁樣。咁個祠堂係個發電廠成條村都係你噶嘛，咁成條村嗰啲人 都係即係攞緊呢個發電廠嘅電咧去支撐佢哋嘅家運。咁有好多家唔同嘅張氏，每人都係攞住呢個發電廠嘅電去幫佢哋嘅生活變得更好啊，等等等等咁樣。咁萬一發電廠有事咧，就全部人都好似有事咁噶啦。所以咧，古時咧啲人咧睇風水啊，咁條村有啲咩人人都頭暈身興嘅，第一時間就望下個祠堂先，睇下有冇事咁樣。第一時間就去睇嗰度噶啦。咁呢個就係普通嗰啲民間嘅風水啦。咁好啦，你諗下，而家我哋個個都高樓大廈咁幾多人有祠堂咧？講真，係咪？大把人都冇呢樣嘢噶啦。咁亦都唔會話有啲咩大嘅祖墳啊乜啊，越嚟越買少見少啊呢啲。咁你冇呢樣嘢，咁最簡單即係當我哋再翻去幾千年前咁樣，啲人冇呢啲咁多嗰啲祠堂乜鬼嘢嘅時候，咁嗰個先天嘅能量喺邊度嚟啊？先天嘅能量咧就係個人嘅元神啦。你個人嘅元神就為自己嗰個龍源，即係自己嗰個所謂先天能量嘅來源嚇。咁你住喺一個地方，你就已經定咗你個龍穴，即係所謂你嗰個先天嘅能量點樣喺邊度入嚟咧？你對準咗啦，咁長期喺度住一輪咧，你個元神就識得揾你嘅。咁你喺嗰度瞓覺咧，你個元神就會流嗰啲龍氣落嚟，嗰啲元氣。咁嚟咗之後咧，咁你第二日起身咧，你咧就精神爽利啦。如果元神唔好咧，咁第二日起身就脾氣差咯即係咁樣，或者起身就病咗咁樣。咁所以咧呢個即係個人嘅先天嘅能量嘅來源就係你嘅元神。咁如果你有一家人咁點咧？一家人住埋一齊咧，你哋大家一間屋咁樣咧，咁就會有一個叫做家神啦。即係家神就係一個元神，幾個元神就黐埋一齊一嚿嘢。咁呢個就係個中間個站。咁呢個中間站咧就會收你間屋嗰度嘅氣埋去，咁跟住咧就會再分翻去俾大家嘅元神，跟住大家嘅元神就會透過呢個中間嘅渠道又去俾翻大家咁樣嘅。起身嘅時候咧，大家就會受到家神嘅嗰份糧啦咁所謂來龍去脈啊嘛，係咁個龍嚟咗之後咧，就會由呢啲所謂嗰啲脈咧，就去啲龍脈就散出去。龍脈係咩咧？就好似電線咁樣咯佢個發電廠啲電都經過啲電線，就去啲唔同嘅地方，係咪？咁每一個所謂龍穴咧，就係話好似每一個電器咁樣，每一嚿電器就係一個穴一個穴位咁樣。一個穴呢個山穴啊嘛，每一個電器佢咧就係接駁住呢個龍脈嗰條線咁所謂呢個穿山72龍就係話嗰個穴來龍咧喺嗰度嚟啦，嗰個先天嚟啦，透過呢啲電線就穿入去呢啲唔同嘅物件或者事物嗰度。咁你屋企嘅每一樣嘢，你張床你隻牙你隻牙，你個肺你個心或者係你隻杯你隻狗所有嘢都係其實係一個即係好似接駁住呢條電線，一條電線其中係一條主大嘅電線嚟，分好多細電線出去，就俾其他嗰啲嘢嘅。咁每日咧先天嘅龍氣嚟嘅時候咧，就透過啲電線穿入去你哋度。咁你哋咧就受咗呢個電咧，就有力量去生活啦，或者會有好或壞嘅影響啦。咁風水就係講緊呢個先天來龍咧係咩嘅質素？呢個推動力係如何？呢個就係風風就生，水就起，咩意思呢？風生水起嘛，風就係講緊話呢啲能量嚟嘅時候，會生出一個咩事出嚟呢？即係佢會令到呢度有咩發生。水起呢，水呢就係話你哋呢啲嘢，譬如話我或者我張台、我張凳、我隻狗乜都好啦，佢哋都係好似一塊地咁樣，每人都有一塊地，而又保存咗一啲能量喺度嘅。呢啲就係地中水啦，叫做即係所謂我哋叫做六白水。咁呢個水咧喺入邊咧就係你嘅氣啦，即係人嘅靈魂咁樣，就係嗰啲水氣。咁呢個水氣咧佢水起，風生水起啊嘛，即係話我做嘢嘅時候，做任何嘢都係攞我靈魂嘅力量出嚟，去泵翻啲水出嚟，跟住咧就會支撐我所做嘅嘢。所以話我做任何嘢咧。 都係受我靈魂而影響嘅喎。我靈魂個狀態唔好咧，我做啲嘢就盤劈啦啊！咁啊，所以咧你受個龍氣嚟啊，就可以令到你有呢個機會，有啲乜嘢嘅機會啊，會發生啲乜嘢嘢。但係咁跟住你點樣去運用你自己嘅內在嘅能量，你嘅個龍氣嚟咗之後變成咗入邊啲水氣，即係你個魂啊，你點樣去運用落去呢啲機會度呢？譬如話先天來龍嚟啦，你有機會有個客可以嚟你個鋪頭啦。OK，有客人，咁跟住就要睇你自己個魂啦，你入邊啲水啦。咁你嗰啲地海入邊嗰啲水係好呢，咁呢你就會今日心情好好啊，跟住又同佢講嘢啊，又互動得好好啊，跟住你就有生意咯，係咪？咁啊做成個單生意咯。如果你個魂係差嘅，嗰啲水唔靚啊，咁你呢同佢講嘢呢就會嬲爆爆咁樣，今日明明有好嘅機會嚟啊，都走咗啦，係咪？都做唔成啦個生意。所以話天山地海係好緊要嘅啊！天山呢，第一就係話個山嘅意思就係話呢，你嗰個先天啊個來龍嗰個源頭啊，係嗰個所謂累積嗰個寶庫係乜嘢啊？呢個寶庫係你嘅元神啦，定係你個乜嘢張氏祠堂嗰度嘅家族命運嘅呢一個發電廠啊？定係你係好似我哋修道咁樣喺我哋嘅道嗰度，喺我哋個壇，喺個壇度練到係通上去個天嘅，通上嗰啲即係所謂天庭嗰度攞嘅。咁啊唔同嘅呢個先天嘅源頭咧，就有唔同嘅效果啦。即係你可以細有細做，大有大做咧，係咪？咁啊有呢個先天嘅來龍嚟到令到你有機會，平時聚集咗嗰啲龍氣喺個身入邊咧，形成你嘅水，所謂地海啦。地海就係呢個承載氣入邊嗰啲氣，嗰啲魂氣。咁嗰啲水咧，就係決定你將來會點樣同嗰啲嘢互動。有機會之後，你會點樣運用佢咁所以咧呢個風水係非常之重要，亦都係話你信唔信都好，佢都存在嘅一樣嘢嚟嘅。你信唔信都存在嘅，唔使你信嘅，係你接唔接受、明唔明白咁解嘅啫。法術同佢有冇關係？當然好大嘅關係，因為你嘅先天來龍可以話你嘅元神大，咁我個元神已經好差啦，咁你可以點呢？係咪？咁所以咧，你元神差或者你個命中本身都已經唔係好好，咁你就要靠修法啦。你靠你個壇去接駁一個新嘅法源，成為你新嘅來龍嘅力量咁你跟住咧就可以將呢一種嘅能量帶入去你嘅風水嘅格局裏邊，咁咧自然咧就會係補咗你命中嘅不足你命中唔夠，你硬係向條命攞都冇用噶嘛，你要揾個新嘅地方去攞啊嘛。OK，咁今日講住咁多先啦。咁我哋仲有2分鐘，2 more minute, one question.
Okay, for our next question, it says, where did animals and humans evolve from, and does Sanlo have any evolution theory?
Okay. This is okay. This is a very controversial kind of talk because like people are like, "Oh, you're wrong," "Oh, you're right," or whatever. Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say this is not about who is right and who is wrong, because if you want to prove who is right, there's no way to do so because we don't move back in time. But if you ask me, I can tell you what I have learned from Samlo, from our Tao, and well, that's what we learn. Okay, so you believe it or not, well, that's your choice. But as a disciple, you should. Okay. Anyway, so human and like all that animal and life and all that. So in Samlo's theory, they all come from a flash of light. Okay, so it's like monitor, like flash, flash, and then you got a picture, right? So it's like flash, flash, and then something appeared, flash, flash, and something appeared like that. So it comes from light. Everything comes from light. Okay, and the funny thing is, like most of the science part, they kind of want to say that human comes from some animals, and then eventually like from what, monkeys or donkeys or whatever, and then it become like ape and then human. Okay, well, in our theory, it's not like that. Some law do not have that theory. From what I have learned, it's like we are born in like the flash of light, but we are not like flash and then there's a human right away. Okay, so when I learn, they teach me like this. They say, well, you think about it. Can you imagine what you were before you are actually like this, like, physically like a human? And I was thinking, what am I? What am I before I'm like this? And then you start to think, what am I actually before I'm like this? Then they said, well, think about it. Go back in time slowly. Okay, so when I was like 14, when I was like 8 years old, when I was like 3 years old, oh, okay, I was a baby. Now, what were you before you were a baby? Think about it. What am I before I'm a baby? Huh? I don't know. Okay, you go look around. Oh, you're something inside your mother's tummy. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's like not even the beginning. The beginning start from what? You are a what? And then watch some porn. You look, you're from a puddle of white liquid called sperm. So yeah, can you imagine you are actually made from water, liquid? Okay, think about it. So all it takes is some kind of thing that is like the female's body or something that actually interact with that kind of sperm, and a human can be born given the right condition. So, like scientists, they have ways to kind of mix some animals, but you don't need to actually like make the animals inside the animal body. They can like have another way to kind of simulate that outside and in a like container or something like that. Well, same thing. The theory that I have learned is humans started from like back in the time. Okay, it cannot happen again right here because the time has changed. The world is not the same. The element that we have is not the same. So there's no way to replicate that. But back in the old days, okay, well, yeah, humans were from some kind of water and then light and then however, whatever thing that, that makes it happen, we are from that water, inside that water, that liquid, and somehow it work with some other element and it becomes the human. So human is a human. It's not a ape or whatever when it started. Maybe the human looks different, but it's still the human is the human. Okay? So animals, same thing. Animals are like that too. They come with a flash of light inside some elements and then they change and become like that. Well, how come I don't see that today? Well, the question is the world, the climate, and everything just like that back then? Of course not. So long ago, when these things started, the whole world is not the same. All the elements is not the same. If you want to go scientific, you can say, oh, the electromagnetic field is not the same to, whatever things. Okay. So I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But yeah, so everything's not the same. So you cannot replicate things because basically the environment, the condition is not the same. The element that we have is not the same. So there's no way to actually prove to you that's how it happened. But that's how I learned it because I was curious and I asked the same question. So that's the answer I got. And of course, if you ask me, I will say, okay, I believe it. Why? Because these are where I got my wisdom and my magic and everything from. That's where I learned from. I have no doubt about my Tao. So whatever they say, I don't have any reason to doubt them. And I think everyone should be like that too. So if you're in the Sambo Tao, right, just, listen to it, accept it, and that's it. There's no proof. No way to prove it. But basically, I mean, like, does it matter to you anyway? It doesn't matter, right? Like, how do we come here? Well, it doesn't matter. It's not going to change your life or whatever, right? So all you need to know is that's how it is, and it doesn't really matter. Just move on and use the Samlo wisdom to make your life better, solve your problems. That's what is matter. Okay, that's it for today. And we're a little bit over time, but this is pretty good. First time using Zoom. I like the audio quality. And I hope you guys like that too. So we'll see you next week. Remember to, for you guys on YouTube, make sure you go to teenadragons.com, visit our website. And don't forget, everyone, the May 4th is the Mahzhou anniversary, and we have something up on the website for that. Stay tuned for all those, like, not stay tuned actually, just go there right now because it's published already. So there's the Mahzhou Fu and so on. So, yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.